Hello, I'm here to read a very special story. But before I begin, I want to tell you a little bit about California's history. California was actually founded by a pirate. Yes, his name was Sir Francis Drake, and he was hired by Queen Elizabeth I, and at that time he was just a sailor. He came and found California, and while he was out on his sails, he realized that he would make more money than being hired by Queen Elizabeth if he robbed the Spanish and French sailors that were trying to get to California. So therefore, he began his career of piracy. Sir Francis Drake is considered to be the first pirate. He had what was called a letter of marque. So if anyone stopped him, he acted like he was a merchant sailor, but in actuality, he was robbing people and saying it was for the Queen, but he was bearing his treasure along the coast of California. So when you wonder why we are celebrating pirates, we're not really celebrating them, but why are we learning about them? We're learning about them because of them. California, this wonderful golden state, was founded. So now back to the story, Jack and the Pirate Attack. I wrote this story, that's why it is very special to me. And if you actually have ever read through it, which it's in our school library, there's a wonderful glossary of pirate terms. And some things that you have to know is talking like a pirate actually came from Hollywood, not from actual pirates. We kind of guess that maybe that's how they did talk because they were a little rough around the edges. And not only that, but they had this sailor jargon. And so actors like Robert Newton put it together and made pirate talk. So a lot of the terms that are in here are real terms, but some of them are not real terms. For instance, walking the plank. Walking the plank was created by Disney. It actually was never used by pirates at all. But when we say walk the plank, we all connect it to pirates. So of course I had to use it in my story. So let me begin this story. It has a wonderful message. See, pirates were bullies. They were not nice people. So I hope that you get that message from this story. Jack and the Pirate Attack. School was always a safe place for Jack, until one morning when bullies came in a pack. Mr. Chris did the illustrations. You all know who he is. The kids and their parents, they laughed and they screamed. They pointed and muttered rude comments so mean. Jack continued on without a care to be seen. On the playground, Jack created his own make-believe. Jack swung on the swings, his pretend high open seas. He fought fearsome krakens and gold pirate disease. Hang on, let's get a good picture. There we go. There we go. The bullies, they laughed and made fun of Jack. They made teasing faces behind his backpack. Thad and his buddies terrorized Jack. They gave him huge wedgies up to his back. Jack said, "You'll be sorry. The pirates are coming. You'll need more than brute. You'll have to be cunning." Do you know what cunning means? Yeah, it means you have to be smart. You have to think things through. You have to use critical thinking. That night, Thad told his parents stories of this child, his crazy ideas and how his brain just runs wild. Thad, You are tougher and smarter, son. Tomorrow you'll get him. You'll see that you've won. Thad thought to himself, my parents are right. Jack is a weakling. He won't put up a fight. The next morning, the clouds came tumbling in. Something unbelievable to one's eyes would begin. Thad and his parents, as tough as they were, remembered the story, none more than a blur. They froze in the open just like fish bait, while in sailed the meanest pirate frigate. There's the clouds tumbling in. The ship's captain, a bearded, one-legged foe, squawked orders to his crew, and away they did go. There we go. There's his crew. Aye, bilge rats among us, attack the landlubbers, all men at arms, even the deck scrubbers. So out with the cannons loaded and ready, avast me hearties, get ye cutlass steady. They loaded their long nines and aimed them at Thad. They looked really mean and grunted so mad. Jack took cover next to the slide, ready to fight, his wood sword at his side. Pillaged our bullies, no quarter be taken. Jack looked at Thad and his knees were a-shaken. Jack had to do something. He wanted to help, but those wedgies he suffered, and times he did yelp. He thought to himself, he considered just leaving. All the times he felt hurt when they weren't believing. Should Jack help those bullies, even though they were so mean to him? What would you do? Then Jack realized he had to act now. Pirates were at arms on the ship's bow. The crew swung from the ship at Thad and the bullies. They scattered like mice, shark bait they were fully. So Jack grabbed his sword and jumped to his feet. He held tight the rope and swung at the fleet. Look at that. Jack's sword stuck in the sail. He slid to the deck, made his way to the helm where he and the captain met. Uh-oh, what's gonna happen? There's he and the captain. That's the cover. I don't know if you notice. One of my favorites. They began a sword fight, skilled and untamed. They sliced and they swooped, remaining unmaimed. They flipped and he dodged and struck with his might. The captain, he stumbled his one-legged fight. There's Jack. He's gonna be the hero. What do you think? I was laughing at the bully right there. Thad wasn't so tough. He was nothing but talk, all tied up in a rope. the plank he would walk. The bullies were all captured. It was now up to Jack. He was fighting the captain when his wood sword went whack! He used all of his strength and chopped at the peg leg. The wood broke into two. The captain rolled like an egg. Oh, I should show you that picture, shouldn't I? I like that. The captain rolled like an egg. Did you picture him rolling like an egg? That's a simile. It's called figurative language. Avast! Put down your swords, Jack yelled at the crew. Release my friend, or it'll be the end of this shrew. Jack pierced his sword. The captain did cry. Shiver me timbers, your blade's hurting my side. Look at, there's Jack. And there's the captain. Shiver me timbers. The pirates released the bullies. That sighed in relief. They put down their swords in shame and defeat. The captain asked, Why, Jack, nothing but dogs they be. They slipped you the black spot. We came to save thee. I know, Jack proclaimed. They're nothing but mean. I wanted to save them so they could just see. Bullying is not right, and you never know when. You might need some help, and who will show up then? Who knows, Jack might be those bullies' boss one day, so you gotta be nice to everyone. You never know how it will come around in the end. You're be a smart lad, the pirate captain exclaimed. I guess we'll be going. Leave the lubbers the same. There be swag to find. All hands to the deck. Fair winds be to thee, good old Captain Jack. Jack climbed down the ship. It was time for class. Thad and his parents stood shyly and asked, Can you forgive us? For we were so cruel. Still you saved us from the pirates at school. Oh, it looks like the captain gave Jack his hat. That's a big deal because we all know how pirate captains love their fancy hats. So do I. Jack replied, It was nothing. I do this all the time. From now on, I will consider you a friend of mine. You'll do the same one day, and they'll all be amazed. Rescue another, because true kindness is praised. The end. Look at the hat. The pirate, wait, let me get it right. The pirate said, Goodbye, matey. Good luck to thee. That is actually a phrase that Long John Silver says to the little boy at the end of the story of Treasure Island. Anyways, that's the end of the story. What do you think the lesson is to be learned? Yeah, I think you're right. Now you're going to make a storyboard where you show what happened at the beginning of the story, the middle of the story, and the end of the story. So have fun and have a wonderful week.